Hey you guys, Mr. Steve here, and this is the final video I'm going to do about Scribble Vision. You guys have done an absolutely fantastic job this week. I hope you weren't a little frustrated with me from yesterday's lesson, but I really wanted you to do more scribbles and add more details so that you had more choices when it comes to today's project. So today is all about bringing everything together. So today's lesson, Mr. Steve's Scribble Vision, bringing it all together. We started off with a scribble chaos, and then we found stuff hiding inside. We outlined that stuff and created some creatures. We added details to make it more interesting, but it still was not quite a finished picture. So today I'm going to show you how to add a background, and we're going to make this beautiful, awesome, I don't know about beautiful, kooky fun picture that will be a real work of art. It won't just be a part of something, it will be complete. All right, so stand by. I'm going to move my camera up above and you guys can look down and we will draw this stuff together. So right now you need to go find your drawings from earlier this week. Hopefully, like I said, you have 2 or 3 of them. Go find your favorite ones, put them together in a little pile, and we'll get started. All right, you guys. Once again, Mr. Steve's Scribble Vision, bringing it all together. Hopefully you did what I asked and you went and picked up some of your favorite drawings. I'm going to show you some of the ones that I had. Remember, at one point we started off with our Scribble Vision, and I found Mr. Purplehead and Annoying Orange over here. Mr. Purplehead, we developed some more. Remember, we outlined it, transferred it onto another piece of paper, and added a body. So Mr. Purplehead here, our first starting kind of drawing, turned into this crazy cool guy, right? So the drawings that you work with today should have, you know, a head, a body. They should be a recognizable creature of some sort. Another one that I did was starting off with Nori's cool drawing of this yellow-headed creature. We traced that onto another piece of paper, and it turned into the crazy alien cowboy with a bow tie. So again, this is really what I want you to have at this point. I want you to have a creature, but nothing much going on in the background. So what we're going to do today is add the background to your drawing. Now, you have a couple of choices on this. I don't want you to trace this onto another piece of paper because the color on these looks really, really good. We still have the light scribble scrabble in the background. Now, I'm just going to tell you straight up. That doesn't bother me. So if it doesn't bother you, and if you did not scribble really, really darkly, just leave it. It's just totally fine. Pretend it's not even there. If it does bug you, or if it was really, really dark, you can get an eraser, and it's called knocking it back, which means we're going to knock these little scribble lines back. We're not going to make them go away, but we're going to lighten them up a little bit. And this should not take a lot of time. I don't want you to think, oh, I've got to get rid of every one of these little lines, because you don't. We just want to lighten them up so that they're not a distraction. And even if we do totally leave them on there, we could add enough color that they just kind of become part of the background and nobody will notice them. Or if they do, it just becomes kind of a texture, a little element in the drawing itself. So I'm going to start off with Alien Cowboy here. All right, my lines, as you notice, are not totally gone. You can still kind of see the shadows of them, and that's totally okay. I'm going to put a slightly heavier piece of paper underneath there for me to do my work on. I'm going to save this guy for a few minutes. Now, we want to put a background behind this creature that we made. What kind of background? I tell you what, before we talk about the backgrounds, there's 2 things I want you to remember. And I say remember because I pounded this into your brains at the beginning of the year. 2 really important lines when you're doing a drawing. The ground line, which goes across here, and the horizon line, which is off in the distance. Do you guys remember that? I hope so. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is, you could draw this in pencil first, go over it with Sharpie. You can do that, or if you're just comfortable enough, you can just go straight with Sharpie. So that's what I'm going to do today to make this a little quicker. I'm going to add my ground line. Remember, when you draw, try not to let the feet go to the bottom of the paper. You always want to leave a little gap down there. I'm gonna move up 2 or 3 inches, start at the side, hit, jump, come out the other side. Hit, jump, come out the other side. I said hit, jump. Sorry, excuse me, lost my mind for a second there. Ground line, you have just created space with this one line. Now there's stuff behind Alien Cowboy, and then there's an area in front of Alien Cowboy. Now we're gonna add a horizon line. Usually that's somewhere up from the top. I'm actually gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go about right here, come across, hit, and don't worry, I know I hit my eyeball. You might be like, oh no, I can't hit the face, or I can't. Sure you can. Hit, jump, come out the other side. Hit, jump, come out the other side. Now, once you have these lines in place, I want you to think about where this creature is, where it could be, where it should be, whatever your imagination comes up with. I have made a little list to help you out with this. These are possible backgrounds for your creatures, and there's an endless number of choices, but here are a few just to get you started. You could do your picture with the background outside. You could put a beach scene behind them, maybe mountains behind them, or a farm. Yeah, that sort of thing. You could just simply put a big field of flowers behind them. That could be really simple, but really beautiful as well. Feel free to put, like my Alien Cowboy, I might want to put him out in space. So think about the surface of the moon or another planet, but space. It could be underwater, all right? It could be inside, like inside your house. So maybe the background behind your creature is the kitchen or a playroom or a bedroom. And finally, the last thing you can do is something that's just totally abstract. So you could do just pure shapes and colors and fill in the background with just lots of groovy shapes and colors and make that just be like almost like oh, I should add jungle to my outside scene over here. But it might just be a jungle of shapes and colors around them. I'm going to leave this here for just a second. Remember, this is the perfect time where if you run out of ideas later, if you need to, hit that pause button on your screen. Pause it right here. You will have a picture of this, and you can choose which one you want to put for your background. Right now, I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to put, I know, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some mountains back here that's really, really far away, couple of plants, and maybe fill in some flowers and stuff in here. All right, so just so you can see what I'm talking about, I'm going to do really simple. I'm going to come out over here on the side, add a couple of little mountains, boom, hit. I'm just kind of imagining where stuff would be right now. Do any of you guys remember Mr. Steve's secret to awesome mountains? I know you do. The secret to Mr. Steve's awesome mountains is to put smaller mountains in front of your mountains and to put more mountains behind your mountains. Stack these things up. All right, just keep stacking them up. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That really makes it look like things are really, really far away. Down here, I'm going to put a couple little just scratchy lines to kind of show that this guy is kind of touching the ground a little bit. Then what can I do? I'm going to just start coming in. Are you allowed to draw over this ground line? Not just yes. Heck yes. So if I was going to do some flowers coming up through here, maybe I do a couple of little leaves at the bottom. I do not have to stop. This line is not made out of concrete. You don't have to stay below it. Watch this. Just bust right over that thing. Okay. Oh, I'm going to add a couple little leaves. Yeah, I'm just drawing right over that line. I'm going to come out here. So my cowboy, I'm digging this already. Hit, jump, come out the other side. Yeah, I'm just overlapping these, and when I add color, I'll figure out what I want to do. I'm going to do, boom, stick some over here. Do you think we'd be able to see some flowers back in there? I think we could. Hit, jump, come out the other side. Cool. Some flowers back here. Now, if you wanted to, you can, the nice thing, this is called the middle ground. I haven't taught you guys too much about that yet, but you can put anything you want in the middle ground back there. You can put little trees stacked up. All you have to do, and it's weird because there's nothing there, obviously, it's just white paper, but if you just put a piece of land, which is really just a line on there, you can build stuff off of that line. Can y'all see what I'm building right here? Just putting in some trees. And some of these trees might even cross over and block the view of my horizon line. And that's totally, not only is it okay, it makes your drawing look better. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of line underneath there, a little bit of land underneath there with the line. I'm gonna stick some more flowers in here. These are some really tall flowers. You can spend a lot of time on your background, or you can do it kind of quick and sloppy copy, kind of like what I'm doing right now. All right, so from here, you guys, now I have got my creature, and it's not just floating in an abyss of white nothingness. It's got a surrounding, a background on it, which is going to give it more meaning and make it look like more finished, like a finished piece. Because it's one thing just to find stuff that's hiding, but it's another thing to carry this drawing to a final picture. So from here, what color? I want these flowers to be, oh, a nice juicy red. Remember, test your colors on a piece of scratch paper. That's gonna work. So from here, I'm gonna spend the next few minutes coloring this in, but I will show you at the end what this one looked like. I'm gonna do, gosh, all right, I'm gonna give you the option. Right now, if you want, you can be done with this video. I'm finished. Mr. Steve, I can't stand it anymore. I've got to grab my drawing and add a background to my drawing. That's totally cool. Go and do it. If you want to hang out a little bit longer, or if you want to hit stop and then or pause and come back, I'm going to do one more picture here. So remember the other one I showed you with Mr. Purple Head? I'm going to add a background to it. The background for this guy is, once again, I'm not gonna make it hard. I'm going to add a ground line. Oh, I'm just gonna leave my scribbles on this one just so you can kind of see. Ground line, hit, jump, come out the other side. And I'm gonna do a horizon line, hit, jump, come out the other side. Cool. And let's see on this one. Oh, you know what I just thought? If I had left this horizon line off, he could have been in outer space out there. But you know what we're gonna do? Let's do, let's do, which one? We're gonna have him be in the kitchen. Sure, why not? We're gonna put him in the kitchen. So this guy's in the kitchen like, oh, somebody caught me in the kitchen, because you can see about that surprised look on his face. So if this was your kitchen, you might have some tiles on the floor. I'm angling these down just because I think it looks better coming down at an angle. I've done straight lines before, it just looks kind of weird. So I'm gonna add these little lines. Same thing with these. Hit, ooh, I went over, it's okay, jump, come out the other side. These might be the little tiles on the floor, and I could come back and color those in like a checkerboard. Maybe there is a kitchen counter, right? And on this kitchen counter, hit, jump, come out the other side, hit, jump. Maybe there's a sink, another sink, and behind it there's a faucet coming down. And, ooh, would there be another faucet? Oh, you know what? I probably should have put it here in the middle. If you have an oops like that, is it the end of the world if you draw another faucet on there? No, it's not. I really don't want you guys to take this stuff too seriously. Just have fun with it. So 2 sinks that, if I'm being honest, don't look that much like a sink. We're gonna put some cabinets. A little dot right there, cabinet. I know at our house, we'll have a blender or something on the counter sometime. So here's the base of my blender. I'm gonna curve up, put the top on it. Oh, you know what? Maybe it has a bigger base at the bottom. And I'm gonna just put lines on here. Notice I can still see my that line through there. Not worried about that at all. At the top, I'm gonna add a pancake flat circle. And that's gonna be my blender. Oh, and my blender is going to be plugged into the wall, right? Okay. I don't know if there's other, sometimes there might be a cutting board on your countertop. There might be some cups on there. If you do that, you might put a little shadow underneath them. Boom, boom. Oh, do we need some cabinets over here? Why is this freaky looking monster guy hanging out in the kitchen? I don't know. Back over here, stuff on the wall. Maybe there's some a hook, maybe there's like a frying pan hanging from the wall in the back, or some other stuff. hanging back there. I'm going to say there's a big window right back here. Okay. And most windows, in case you don't know, have trim around them. So instead of just drawing the box of the windows, put that trim on there and you can put the lines coming out of the corner if you want. And a lot of these are also going to have, what am I drawing right here? Any guesses? Curtains. No, that's right. Curtains. Curve, curve, curve. Maybe a light switch over here. What else could I put at the top? I'm just going to put another window in here. Okay. Put my box around it. So do you guys see what's happening? We have taken what was, let's see if I can find it. We have started with a scribble, total chaos, just kind of a, I don't want to say a mess, but there wasn't anything there. We added dots. We found interesting shapes in there. We took those shapes, traced them onto another piece of paper, developed them, and added a body. And we didn't stop there. We took that body and put it in a place. So now we have a fully realized finished drawing. And from here, I'll spend a couple of minutes coloring this thing with nice, bright, happy colors. And dudes, this is gonna be an absolutely fantastic drawing. When you do this, you're gonna have this really cool drawing that no one has ever made before except you. Totally unique and wonderful to you. So today's assignment, go from your beginning drawings with the creatures with the body and add a background. And remember, it can be any kind of background. Something outside, beach, mountains, farm, fields of flowers, something out in space. You could do an underwater scene behind them. It could be inside your house, like your kitchen or playroom or bedroom, or something totally abstract where you fill in the background just with shapes and colors. That's it, guys. I'm done, and we are done with this project. We'll start up something new next week. Not sure what it's going to be just yet, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. Please, when you are done with these, have your mom or your dad take a picture of it and send the picture to me at shaw@skank.org. I am going to write that down for you. Send it to shaw@skank.org. All right, have a mom or dad take a picture of your awesome drawing and send it to me, and I will post it in the gallery because I want to see you guys' final, finished, fully realized Scribble Vision pictures. All right, thanks you guys. Bye-bye.